Oh man, I forgot to eat breakfast again. It's a good thing I brought my lunch. I'm glad to see you brought your wallet, so you're paying for lunch, eh, cameraman? Cameraman never pays for lunch. Cameraman is evil. Train the muscles, not the joints. So before you watch this video, I just want to let you know about a contest that Ancestral Supplements is having. If you follow their Ancestral Games account on Instagram, you have to follow a certain amount of rules, and then you get entered into a contest where you can win some free supplements and some free merch from Ancestral Supplements. So go to @AncestralGames on Instagram and check out the details. Mountain. Oh yeah, and if you're not following me on Instagram yet, you better be following me because, well, if you're not following me, then I'll have to introduce you to my shut up stick. Yeah, you don't want to be introduced to that. Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about bicep training. Mountain. So one thing that came to me as I was training biceps the other night is that there are certain things that I do that are, well, let's just say they're automatic, they're instinctual. So I train biceps, but I have a certain sort of mind-muscle connection with my biceps, and I know intuitively what type of positioning to take with my body in order to hit the biceps, which I've found is not necessarily instinctual to other people because it takes some time to develop. But one thing I wanted to share with you is that there are other things to consider in your bicep training besides just arm positioning or wrist positioning. A lot of times the extent of variability for most people in the bicep curl is whether they're doing hammers or whether they're doing supinated curls, you know, the positioning of their wrists. Or they're thinking maybe my elbows have to be at my side, back or forward. But that's about the extent of how they think about bicep training, and that's not exactly the whole picture. So one thing that I found when I was training biceps that really helped me hit that long head of the bicep was externally rotating the arms, right? Externally rotating the arms helped take the shoulder out of the movement, but also helped put the stress on the muscle belly of the long head of the bicep. Instead of it, you know, being leached off or parasited off by the shoulder, I started to put the tension on the bicep, which is where I wanted it. And the thing is that whatever muscle hits failure is the muscle that's going to adapt. So there's a lot of people that are training a certain body part, but they're really not training that body part. They're really pushing a bunch of other body parts to failure, but the body part they intend to hit is not necessarily hitting failure, and therefore the results in that area start to lag behind, right?
Jason's getting ice cream.
No, you didn't see this. I'm not doing it. It's for ice cream for somebody else.
Getting ice cream.
It's ice cream for somebody else, not me.
Dude.
What? It's for somebody else though. It's not me.
You fat fuck.
The shot,
Get out of the shot.
I'm just waiting for it.
Put that in the video.
I'm trying to get this fat person in the shot, but you're in it.
One pro tip I want to give to you is do not just consider the positioning of the elbow or the positioning of the wrist, but also think about the positioning of the torso. And that's something that's missed out in bicep training altogether. I don't see anybody talking about this. Maybe somebody has, but the positioning of your torso matters. So what I want you to do when you're doing standing bicep curls the next time you do it is stick the chest out and bring the shoulders back. Now what that's going to do is help stretch the long head of the bicep as it crosses the shoulder. So therefore, when you externally rotate the arms, or even if you have them moving more forward, you're going to be keeping that tension on the bicep belly instead of putting it on the shoulder, or instead of, you know, having bad posture and then straining your neck or whatever it is you might be doing. Because also, if you're not having the stress on the muscle belly, but the arm is still curling, you're going to start hitting the brachialis, which is not necessarily your goal. Maybe it is, but when you're doing standing bicep curls and you want to hit the muscle belly and get those peaks, those mountain peaks, you want to have the chest stuck out. You want to basically keep the shoulders back, and therefore you keep that tension on the muscle belly. Stick the chest out, just like when you're training back. Stick that chest out, and that helps get the shoulder in the right positioning, so that way you can stretch that long head. So you'll find that your biceps will grow better this way. You'll get bigger peaks, and you will build mountains. So that's the thing. That's what you're here for, right? Is to build mountains. This is something that I didn't even think about till now, because I just noticed that I'm naturally doing this all the time. So I figured I would share this with you guys, because you will notice that you're going to access that bicep a lot more. You're going to get way more mind-muscle connection and a better stretch. And the stretch does play a role. When you stretch that muscle belly, it plays a huge role in muscle growth. But you don't want to stretch close to the tendons or the insertion points, right? That's the difference. But this technique will actually help you stretch the muscle bellies, which is, like, honestly, I shouldn't even be giving you this tip for free. I shouldn't even be giving this away for free. If the shoulders are coming forward, then you're gonna start working the muscle that crosses the forearm, but you're not necessarily gonna get that mountain peak sort of thing. So the whole thing is you want every part of the bicep to hit failure. You want to be strategic and conscious of where is that tension going, so that way you know exactly what muscle group you are hitting failure with, and therefore you can concentrate on it, because you will then know when one muscle is still fresh and another muscle is totally fatigued or exhausted, right? And therefore you can assess, depending on what type of results you get, of what muscles that you may need to work on. Mountain.
You're gonna be YouTube famous.
Here's a shitty cameraman eating chicken livers. There's chicken livers right here, because he's chicken shit. Well, it makes sense he'll eat chicken liver.
Tastes better than beef liver, especially with the sauce. It's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It doesn't even taste like liver, honestly. I could probably eat this every f***ing day. Now I look like Jason now.
Yeah, finally you're gonna put on some muscle, you little
Right?
pansy. So I hope this helps you out in your bicep training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. I think I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm actually at Kilby Historic Site right now. There's an old-fashioned like Western town and stuff like that that's been around for over 100 and something years. And then there's a campground here, and it's in Harrison Mills, BC, so check it out if you want. But really nice, there's a river here to swim in and stuff, and there's boats and planes going by and fish and whatever, and yeah. It's a good time. I'm gonna go for a swim. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm doing it.